Jaycee Park was created in 1968. The park was used for soccer of all ages, even GCHS soccer at one point. In the late 1990s, the park was changed into baseball only. Jaycee Park was named after the United States Junior Chamber, also known as the Jaycees, which is a leadership training and civic organization for people between the ages of 18 and 40 and is a branch of Junior Chamber International.
How are you involved with Jaycee Park?
I am the, what's my role? I am the Director of Player and Coach Development for GYBA. All the Mustang games are played at Jaycee Park, so I make sure that they know how to keep it up. They know how to drag it after the games, rake it after the games, how to use turfus. That's about it.
What do you find so interesting about Jaycee Park and the baseball that's played there?
The thing that I love and that is interesting is that everyone that plays baseball in Grayslake, whether it's here at Central, over at North, if they go to Carmel, wherever they go, that's where your career starts. A lot of firsts are had at Jaycee Park. Your first home run, your first walk-off hit, the first time you got hit by a pitch, the first time you struck a guy out, that all happens at Jaycee Park, and that doesn't go away, because every time you drive past it, you get to keep those memories, and that's why we like to keep it alive.
How important do you think it is for the kids to learn to play baseball there at Jaycee Park in order to be good baseball players in high school or even beyond that?
I mean, it's important not just at Jaycee, but the beauty of having a place like Jaycee is that those that came before you played in the same spot, and you get to emulate, the people that, the class of 2009 and 2013 and 14 that went downstate here. All those kids played at Jaycee Park, and kids like your age kind of looked up to those kids. So I think it's important to keep that tradition alive and to not to let that community feel die down, because that's ultimately what that field is. It's built in the middle of the community.
How many different tournaments have been held at Jaycee over the years?
I think just AJR. We used to host 2 tournaments in the spring. But it was never young enough to play. Welcome to springtime. We used to hold a bunch of tournaments up at Allegheny, but the only tournament games are at Jaycee are for AJR.
Jaycee Park has been home to 2 baseball tournaments. The first tournament began in the summer of 2000, organized by Joe Stopka, a Grayslake resident and event coordinator for the Grayslake Park District. Teams in Grayslake, Gurnee, Waukegan, Barrington, and Beach Park were all invited to participate in this 9 and 10-year-old tournament. The event took place at Jaycee Park after Stopka found out that Gurnee's 9 and 10-year-old baseball tournament was going to be canceled due to poor field conditions. Joe, as well as others who volunteered, took action, and they were able to set up everything in just 10 days. After a huge success that year, Joe Stopka was already planning for the next year's tournament. After a few years, the tournament was no longer held.
The AJR tournament that takes place at Jaycee Park.
Yes, and unfortunately last year was the first year in a long time that there was no games for AJR played at Jaycee. If you guys remember, Jaycee was underwater last year, and we had temporary mounds that are always out there made out of fiberglass that actually floated up, and the water was up to my knees. There's some video clips from like WGN or Fox News who came out. We couldn't play a single game there, but I've been there every year since 2012. You can see me riding our dragger on the streets of Grayslake over Jaycee to make sure that the field is playable, and one of the neighbors donates his water bill for the month. We fill up that big water jug and spray the fields down, make sure they get plenty of water. But many of the communities that come to play in that tournament think that it's one of the greatest fields because it's in the middle of the community and the neighbors can come back and watch. It's pretty fun.
AJR Memorial Tournament is the second tournament. This tournament still takes place today. It's dedicated to Alex John Richardson, who passed away in a snowmobile accident. He was a 16-year-old junior at GCHS. His dedication to baseball will always be remembered by those in the Grayslake community and to future generations of players at Jaycee Park.